What's up, s'mores? I'm Shannon Morse. Welcome back to my channel all about tech news and reviews. I am super excited because this week I'm going to introduce my last two videos from CES, which was the Consumer Electronics Show 2020. I just got back from CES just a few days ago, and I decided that I had so much footage I wanted to make some additional content for you. So that's what this week entails. I have a couple more videos that I wanted to share with you. Both of these are going to be best of videos to share my favorite laptops that I saw at the show floor and to share my favorite televisions that I saw at CES. Now, before I get started, I did want to say thank you so much to Lenovo for sponsoring my content from CES. Lenovo is bringing smarter technology to all by envisioning a world where every person and business has access to the tech that they need to achieve their goals. Lenovo is building on these ideas by developing world-changing technologies that create a more inclusive, trustworthy, and sustainable digital society. Their products are available in 180 markets worldwide, and they are designing, engineering, and building the world's most complete portfolio of smart devices and infrastructure. By doing so, Lenovo is leading an intelligent transformation, creating better experiences and opportunities for millions of customers around the world. Make sure to check out everything Lenovo has to offer over at Lenovo.com and visit Lenovo.com/CES to learn about all of their new products and announcements from the show floor. And I want to thank Lenovo again for sponsoring this video on my channel. All right, let's go ahead and talk about some laptops that I saw on the show floor at CES. Now, I decided to make this list and just base it on a very few amount of laptops that I actually got to see with my own eyes at CES from the meetings that I had with various companies and different brands that are laptop manufacturers. I also tried to focus up on machines that will actually come out in 2020, so not prototypes or not concept devices, and products that you will actually be able to purchase. And I tried to make it a variety, so it's not all gaming machines or not all like travel notebook style machines. So there's a little bit of each thing in my list. So let's go ahead and get started with number one. I think this year Dell has really focused down on the thing that if it ain't broke, don't fix it with their new XPS 13, the 2020 edition. They're also coming out with a developer edition as well. So this is the XPS 13. It's my first choice from Dell. The big difference with this one is you will notice that there is a smaller bezel and a larger display. So you get a 16:10 display aspect ratio. It's also 25% brighter, and it's still packed in at 11 inches. So Dell isn't making you sacrifice any larger of a machine to get that much bigger display. Now, they also have a much bigger keyboard, so it goes from edge to edge. The trackpad still works perfectly and it's beautiful. And they are packing in that 10th gen Intel CPU. Now, there's a bunch of different models that will be available, but it will start at a price of $999, which is excellent. I personally love the XPS 13 line. It's something that I fell in love with like several years ago when I got my first one, which is a developer edition, and I still use it to this day for my Linux and Ubuntu tutorials. Absolutely love the product. I'm really glad that they didn't transition to something new with this model, and they're really sticking with what they know their customers like, and what they know consumers will actually want to purchase. So way to go, Dell. Now, number two is Acer. So this is the Concept D7 Ezel Pro. Now, this is a convertible laptop. So you can see here, it can switch from being a laptop to a tablet. Obviously, when you do that, it makes the trackpad kind of go to sleep, so you don't have to worry about that. It has the Ezel hinge, which is not a new hinge for Acer, but it works perfectly. Now, this one includes a Wacom pen, so you can use this as something that you can create on. So it's made to be something that is perfect for creators. The display on here is a 4K IPS display, and it has 400 nits of brightness, which is very bright. The one thing that they were really crucial about discussing with me on this new laptop was the fact that it has Pantone matching system colors, full RGB, so it has this beautiful, beautiful color gamut, and you can get actual representation of the colors that you are expecting. So if you are an artist, if you're somebody that works in Lightroom, this would be for you. Now it comes with a 10th gen Intel CPU, there's different options, an RTX GPU, 32 gigs of RAM, and up to a 2 terabyte PCIe SSD. And with those specs, it's going to be expensive. It will be $3,099. Of course, that is pricey, but if you are using something like this for a workplace, then that's something that you would probably want to spend your money on. Number 3, and these are not in any sort of order, it's basically just like how I found them in my B-roll of my video files. This one comes from Asus. So this is the Zephyrus G14, and I'm sure you saw this, a little bit of footage from my AMD video if you saw that one. If you didn't, check below in the description. I'll put a link to my AMD video down below. This one has, okay, on the back, it's really cool. It has 1,215 mini LEDs. So you can do things like visualizations. You can animate your music that you're listening to, so you can see visualizations of the music and the volume. You can set up your own animations, like an animated GIF or GIF, whoever you might be out there. You can also edit text if you want and animate that, and you use different fonts or different sizes. You could upload different photos and have those on the back of your machine. So it's cute. It's definitely something that's kind of gimmicky, but it's really cool. Now this one is very thin, very light. It has wonderful specs, and this is one of the first machines that we will see this year with the Ryzen 7 4800HS. It also has a RTX 2060, 16 gigs of RAM, and 1 terabyte of NVMe storage. Now the display on this will be a 1440p display. Yes, you heard me right, 1440p. So that's 2560 by 1440, and the price will start at $1,500 and go up from there for different models. And you probably noticed from the video there is no webcam on this machine, which is kind of interesting. And number 4 in my lineup is the Lenovo ThinkPad Plus. This one is another one that has something interesting on the cover. This one actually has a 10.8-inch e-ink display on the back surface, and it is a 13.3-inch laptop. Now this one comes with a Lenovo Precision pen, so you can actually write on the e-ink display that's on the back of it, or you can just simply display things like your calendar or your schedule or notifications or basically whatever you want. It also has ALEXA built in, so you can speak directly to the e-ink display and it will pick it up, and you can get notifications about like the weather, for example, on your e-ink display without even opening up your laptop. I think that was pretty cool. Now it does come with a 10th gen Intel i7 CPU, UHD graphics, so not a separate RTX graphics card in this case, and you can get up to 16 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. Now this one does come at a reasonable price of $1,199, so a little bit over $1,000, and I thought it was pretty cool. Now if you're wondering about security, I did ask them what happens if you have notifications showing up and you're holding your machine like this, like under your arm, and somebody could see the e-ink display. Well, it turns out if you have it closed, it will disable notifications. So you will still see the e-ink display. It can be on if you want it to stay on, but it will not show your notifications. It won't show any sensitive information, which I thought was pretty cool as well. I saw some other amazing concept devices and some other amazing laptops that I didn't want to go into too much detail on this video about. That includes the Dell Duet and Ori concepts, which you can see here. Both of those are concept devices, so we don't know if they're actually going to come out to market. The Lenovo X1 Fold, of course, and I did want to mention as well, even though this one was announced a little bit previously, Asus has this beautiful ZenBook Pro that has an additional display right above the keyboard, and you can tell from my video that I was basically like sitting there just editing videos in Premiere Pro on this machine that they had sitting in their booth, and I seriously want to get my hands on one of these and see if it's actually as good as I think it is, because having this additional little like mini touch display where I could just stick my timeline while I'm editing, like, dream come true. That would be so useful. So I love seeing all these dual displays and foldable display machines, but only a few of them are definitely going to come to market. So let me know what you think of my list here, my best of laptops from CES 2020. Thank you again so much to Lenovo for sponsoring my content during the event. I truly appreciate it. And if, of course, you have any comments, make sure to put those down below. I do read all my comments and I appreciate any questions that you might have. And of course, subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. Again, thank you so much to my s'mores. My name is Shannon Morse, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!